Hey there, fellow adult collectors. Welcome back. David Eon out in the museum, and today just wanted to share with you the Mattel Suckerman collection. The Mattel Suckerman, produced in 1978 by Mattel. Well, initially released in 1978, which would be these three versions right here. Black, red, and green, and in varying shades. There are variants, but the variants aren't really worth troubling yourself over. You could find a darker red, a lighter red, almost orangey, almost pinkish, various shades of the green. Black is pretty much always black, maybe a little lighter, not as jet black as this one, but you get the idea. Looking for some color changes, to me, isn't worth racking your brains over. But these are the initial releases, was these three figures. I hesitate to call them action figures because they have no posability at all. You really can't stand them up. You can't pose them at all. They don't have jointing. There are no wires in them. They are just a soft vinyl body, done in three colors. Initially, 1978 Mattel. And they're covered with suction cups, front and back. And the idea is, you throw them against a smooth surface, and they stick to it, front and back. And they work really well. I had a loose one. I don't know where he is, but I had a loose one, and they do work. They still work. All it is soft vinyl, and you clean him up. He cleans up real easy with soap and water. And just like Jimmy here says, throw them! And they stick to whatever surface you threw them at. But don't throw them at glass. See the disclaimer? Caution, do not throw against glass. And they're soft and they're light. They're not going to hurt the glass. I guess Mattel just didn't want little kids to get in trouble. So they said, don't throw them against the glass, which I'm sure you can imagine is probably exactly what they did. Threw them on the frickin' glass. They're about 10.5 inches tall overall. I've heard 11.5. I don't think that's correct. If you lay them down, they usually come out to about 10.5 inches. I like the artwork on these. See, there he is in the corner. Splat. Basic artwork. They've got all of these tentacles and things. Suckerman is supposed to be an alien. And I do have a copy of the original commercial, which I'm going to show here in a moment. So you'll get a look at that. Turn the box around, one of these boxes. Let you see the artwork here on the sides. And the artwork on all of these is the same. Throw him, he sticks to most smooth surfaces. Hang him up, he's a still life. Stick him to himself, he's a contortionist. Yeah, so I guess you can kind of tie him in knots. I wouldn't do that though. Clinging vinyl critter, it says, by Mattel. And then a full art panel on the back. Throw him and he sticks to most surfaces, smooth and slick. Available in 3 colors, each sold separately. So don't look for 2 more Suckermen in this box. Caution, do not throw him at windows, wall, pictures, mirrors, or any other breakable glass surface, which you know that's exactly what kids did. Made of durable, flexible vinyl, and it really is. For greater stickability, keep him clean with soap and water. Mattel, 1978. There was a re-release of this figure in the early 2000s. and that figure was 9 inches tall, and it came on a blister card, and I do not have that one. I do not have that one, but it was 9 inches tall. It was smaller. I believe that the reissue was only the green one. I've only ever seen it in green. I have not seen a red one. And the 9-inch size and card variety is very similar to the Japanese versions. There were Japanese Suckermen produced in the early 80s that came on a blister card that were 9 inches tall, that were in kind of day glow colors. There was a bright blue or bright yellow, you get the idea. I do not have any of the foreign variants. Not the Japanese foreign variants, but I do have this variant, which I'm going to show you here now. And the packaging's not the best, but whenever you find these hang tab versions, they're usually beat up pretty badly. And really all Mattel did was took the figure and the backing card that it came attached to that's inside these other boxes and put them in a cello bag and gave them a header card. And I've only ever seen these available for sale overseas. So if somebody had one of these for sale, they're probably in Norway or Sweden or the UK or something. I'll give you an idea of what's on the back here. There are no manufacturing dates on the hang tab versions. And I've only ever seen them in either red or green. I've only ever seen the 10.5-inch hang tab variety in either a red or a green color. And you can see what I mean about the variant. I don't know how well you can tell that this one is a much richer color of red, whereas the red one that's in the box here is semi-translucent. That is, you can kind of see through him because his red coloring is not that prevalent. But on this one, the coloring is so rich, you cannot see through this figure. And that's an example of some of the variation. There's no disclaimer with this one, and I think that's interesting also. These, I believe, came out in 1980. I'm not 100% sure on that. But inside of these packages, and I don't know if you can see one in here, I can look. Yeah, the red one, you can kind of see it. If you look behind there, you see there's some words. There's a piece of paper in there, and it's a warranty card. It's not instructions or a disclaimer or anything. There's actually a warranty card in these boxes from Mattel that if this is in any way defective within the first 90 days of purchase, you can send it back to Mattel and they'll replace it.
You can stick Suckerman on the weirdest places.
Suckerman.
You can hang Suckerman in surprising spaces.
Suckerman.
On a place that's smooth and slick, the suction cups will make him stick. You can even stick him to himself. Suckerman character comes in 3 colors, each sold separately, new from Mattel.
Now this one is probably kind of the grail of the set, and it was released in 1979 by itself, standalone, and it's the glow-in-the-dark Suckerman. And I'm going to shut the lights off in a minute and put a black light on him, and he'll light up. And actually these other figures, they kind of really stand out in black light as well. Not the black one obviously, but you know, there's been some changes to the artwork, which you can see the difference here. They completely redrew it. It's similar, but it's been redrawn. The kid is different. The wording is similar, but it doesn't look like a total trace. It looks like someone redrew it. Or, you know, Mattel could have taken the original art and had someone redraw over it. That was a common practice in those days. Which is why it's so difficult for people to find original artwork from toy packages. See, glow in the dark Suckerman. This is the one everybody wants. And you see that in comparison to the other boxes, my glow in the dark Suckerman's not the best. As far as the box is concerned, there is some box damage, but as hard as they are to find, especially boxed, I'm not complaining. Same basic information on the side panel, and I'll line it up so you can see the difference in the artwork. And that is completely redrawn. Taking a look at the two twisty up ones, I think someone completely redrew this. You'll notice also this box is smaller. It's just a hair shorter, but it's also notably thinner than the original box. So Mattel was starting to cut a few corners there. And there's the new redrawn Suckerman from the back. Let me back this up so that you can see them both side by side. Redrawn glow-in-the-dark Suckerman. Glows as he goes. Glows as he goes. Throw him and he sticks. And again, a reminder to keep him clean. Please keep him clean. Wash your Suckerman. One of my favorite toy lines in the museum, actually, is the Mattel Suckerman series. I really like these. And I'm going to go ahead and shut the lights off and put a black light to them so that you can see how that looks. And there we go, lights out, and you can see, well, he's fading out already, but you can see the glow effect still works on the original glow-in-the-dark Suckerman there. And I'm going to go ahead and throw the black light on now. And look at those day glow colors light up. Especially that one. I'm trying not to shine it directly on there, because then the glare will make it hard to look at them. But that's pretty cool in the black light. I hope it's not too grainy and that you get the idea of how well these light up. Even the black one gets kind of bluish there. But yeah, the glow-in-the-dark and, you know, these photosensitive glow-in-the-dark toys typically do pretty well, even after many, many years. Even though this one, it doesn't stay glowing, but did they ever? Let's be honest. The glow effect usually doesn't work very well. So there you have it, folks. The Mattel Suckerman series, circa 1978 to about 1980, when I think these came out. Again, there were early 80 productions in Japan of a carded version that were smaller and in day glow colors, and then a re-release of, I believe, just the green one by Mattel in the early 2000s. And again, this is one of my favorite toy lines down here. I really like the Mattel Suckerman figures. Any thoughts on this? Do you have these? Did you have one when you were a kid? I did not have one of these when I was a kid. I found one loose at a show many, many years ago and said, damn, I like this. This is a pretty cool, obscure, vintage toy. I'm going to look for the rest. And I did, and I managed to get a whole set together. Well, I don't have the green one of this, but, you know, it's okay. That's okay if I don't have the green one. Maybe I'll run across one day. And maybe I'll run across some of the Japanese versions one day and be able to add those to it. What do you think of these? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up. Always appreciated. Share it if you can. Subscribe if you're new. Check out some of our other videos. We do a lot in Open by Chance. We have a full-on museum going with vintage and modern action figures. We do unboxings of modern stuff and showcases of vintage stuff. Some of LPH's lunchbox is invading my side here because the museum is split in half. One half is hers and one half is mine. For those of you who aren't familiar with us, we do toy industry discussions and a lot of things on this channel, and you may enjoy it. So please do join us. Look forward to seeing you again. And what more can I say but thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.